Hey, where y'all going? Oh, I'm straight on that. I'm going to the Purple Shell.
Yeah, you know what's going on, man. This your hottest host, man. Big Two, man. I'm the host of the Purple Shell. You know what I'm saying? I got a special episode for y'all today, man. I got my guy in here, man. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, man, and let the people know who you are.
Oh man, first of all, thank you for having me, man.
For sure.
Yeah, and to the world, ones that don't know me, man, I'm Anthony Clark, owner of 3C Studios, 3C Publishing. I'm an author, publisher, movie producer, among many other things, man. A father, a brother, man. And I value my spirituality, man. A man of God, man. So again, I thank God for using you, man, to let me be here today, man.
For sure, man. You know,
man. Thank you.
This is a blessing for me as well. You know, coming to meet you and you giving me some enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? So it's a two-way street with that, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's much
man.
love and respect. Big dog. you know I ain't gonna. You too big to be left out, man. You know I ain't gonna leave you out, man.
I do a few push-ups from time to time.
You know what I'm saying? let the people know who you are.
My name is DRON Alexander. You know, I'm a published author, content creator, host of the Let's Talk Indie podcast. You have free promotion on this nigga channel.
In the corner.
In the corner. And man, I'm just all about peace and growth, man, and progression amongst our people.
Yeah, man. So yeah, you know that you know what type of episode this finna be, man. You know, I got some OGs in here with me, so we finna kick it. We finna, get the people who you are, and we got this book, man. So I'm gonna leave that for a little bit later. I ain't gonna do that right now. I'm gonna wait. But yeah, we gonna tap into you. So I got some key points about you. You know what I mean? You're an avid reader, successful businessman, award-winning film producer, mentor, public speaker, partner in education, accomplished author, and publisher. How old are you again?
I'm 46.
Man, you been, man, listen, man. You been working, brother.
Yeah, man.
You wear many hats out here in this world, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man. Now, you was raised in the Edgewood, Kirkwood area, Zone 6.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? You from the roots. You know what I mean? You understand what's going on out here.
Right.
You coming from that area and, becoming who you are, how did that work out for you? What was the experiences on that?
Good question, man. Shout out to Zone 6, man. All my partners and homies from Zone 6, man. Zone 6, it's done a lot, man. It taught me a lot of things, man. It has helped me to be who I am today in regards to a businessman. Shout out to John, who owned the Red Store, man. He was, he owned the store, and we was able to go there every Friday on free day, man, or just every day.
Yeah.
And get things, man. Our mothers who were on food stamps and things of that sort, he would front us food, man. Just make sure we were good. So he was a pillar, man, and it made me want to become an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Oh, that's another thing I left out, man. I'm owner of Funnel Cake Heaven too, man.
Cake Heaven.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all get a funnel cake, man. Come see us.
Okay.
But
hold on. You gave it to him. Where it locate?
Man, Stockbridge, man.
Okay, Stockbridge.
Stockbridge.
Funnel Cake
y'all
Heaven.
Google Funnel Cake Heaven, man. Stockbridge, man. Yeah. So Edgewood, man. That was one thing that helped me, man. The Red Store, Zone 6, man, and then Kirkwood.
Yeah.
It was also a part of Zone 6, man. The Boys Club, man. Being at the Boys Club, being able to kick it with other people that were trying to make it out just like us, man. We learned a lot. So Zone 6 taught me a lot, man. A lot.
Okay.
And again, shout out to all my partners in Zone 6, man. Y'all know who y'all live, man. Yeah,
the real ones, man.
The real ones, man. Lot come out of Zone 6, Future.
Yeah. Oh,
man, all of them, man. Big Bang. Shout out
of
all of them, man.
It's a lot of big dogs, man. A lot of big dogs.
Yeah,
man.
little DTE just he got some song he putting out there, man. A lot of us, man. Yeah, man. So I'm man, Scooter. Yeah, all of them, man.
Some
Gucci.
Some big dogs come out.
Zone 6.
Out that
man.
way, man.
Yeah.
Now, with you being the owner of Triple C Publishing, what made you want to get into that field?
Good question again, man. So 3C Publishing actually was birthed while I was in prison, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, man. That's why I was able to cultivate my writing. I didn't even really realize I had a skill set for writing until I went to prison.
Okay.
And had a lot of time on my hands and
Okay.
was able to sit still, man, and write some stories. Yeah, so that's what 3C Publishing was birthed.
Okay.
Birthed in prison, man.
Birthed in prison, so
Yeah,
you know it's
man.
real when it comes to that. So I do my homework, man. I ain't one of them guys that just
I see you.
just be wanting to talk and be having conversation. Like I'm not. I like to know who I'm talking to. So you have a motto or a saying, and it says, "The power is in the image, and the image is everything." Can you elaborate on that for me?
Well, when I say the power's in the image and image is everything, is because your first impression is your last impression, and what people see is kind of how they're gonna view you. So when I come on here or anywhere with the chains on or whatever, now I got some of the youth here. So now I can kind of send them in the direction. Hey man, pick up a book. Let me show you how you can get this. Let me show you how you can go, because really at the end of the day, if they ain't really seeing that you got a little emotion or you got something going on, they ain't really trying to. They ain't trying to hear you.
Free game.
Yeah, they ain't trying to.
Free game, man.
Totally
Listen,
agree.
man. Free game,
man.
You need to pay attention, man. When this man speaking, man.
Man.
It's free game, man. It's crazy because as the person I am, you know what I mean. You're an older brother to me.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? That's how I look at you.
I appreciate that.
You know, I pay attention when you speak. You know what I mean? For the ones that's watching me as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm a avid listener.
Thank you.
Talk because it means something. And I'm not just only saying that just because it sound good. Like me and you didn't have that talk.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? So I know where it's coming from.
Right,
and I know it's genuine. I know it's pure. So I listen.
And to add that, add to that, I told you, I said, well, read the book first and then see if you want me on the podcast. Man, so you see what I'm saying?
and it's
that's
crazy
real.
Because that's exactly how it went.
Yeah, I was like, read the book first. If you think it's some bullshit, don't excuse my friend, but you think it's some bullshit.
Say how you feel.
But if you think it's some bullshit, hey, don't bring me on the podcast. Because we have some real talk.
We had to talk about it, and what actually made me want to tap into it. You said something and you was like, matter of fact, hold on. It's
right.
And you pointed to it. I'm hold on. Let me.
Yeah. Because you were talking about it, and I said, well, hold on. Let's.
And I wanted to see when you showed me. I wanted to see and actually if this was what I thought.
Okay.
You know
so what was it?
And it was exactly what I thought. That's why I started
What's
laughing
up, man?
because it was like, damn. The same shit I just said in my head is actually written right here. It don't get no more authentic than that.
Right. That's
you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate
and for people to be able to relate, if I can relate to that, I know other people that's been in my position, not even in my position, but in my environment will understand what this book means. So we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that one.
That's what's up.
But
man.
I just want to know, What made you want to become a successful businessman and start your own businesses?
Like I say, man, I jumped out of port I was turning 13, going into the 8th grade, man, and initially I started selling drugs and stealing and doing all kind of stuff, stealing the cars, selling the crack, just on the corner trying to be like the guys on the corner, I talk about that in my first docudrama, On Our Way Up, which was that's one of the award-winning films that went to the Black Hollywood Film Festival. Yeah, man. So and it really was a detailed story about my life that consisted of me being in that area, man. That was it was treacherous out there, bro. Yeah. But I wanted in. Yeah. And I ain't really know what I wanted into. And so getting into that environment and just seeing the brothers making their money, doing their thing, then John with the red stove, man, I was like, man, this what I'm talking about. I want this. Right. And so nevertheless, man, I started to just ask questions and be like, hey, look, how can I do this? How you selling that dope? Where you getting it from? Hey, man, how you steal that car, man? How you do that? So I asked the question, man. I just knew I wanted in. I wanted something better for my mom and my brothers too, because I'm the oldest. Okay. So
how many is it of y'all?
It's 3 of us. Really 4. Okay. My cousin, which is like my brother too, he was raised with us. He my brother.
Okay, that's how it go.
That's how it go. Yeah.
You know
right.
Families pick up families, man.
Right, man. Because he only had sisters, and so my mom had boys, and she took him in. So it was just like, man, look, we brothers, so it's really a total of 4 of us.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to make sure we all were good, man.
Okay.
And make sure Mama could kind of.
Can we shout out Mom Dukes?
Yeah, bro.
Go ahead,
Got
give it
to
to
shout
her.
out Mom
Go
Deuce.
ahead,
You
go
know,
ahead.
Mama.
Whatever camera it is, go on.
Mama.
Yeah.
Mama. Hey, look, that's my silent partner. That's my silent partner, y'all.
Okay.
Look, Mama, she don't play, man.
Right.
Mama, grandmama, man, they held me down when I was in prison, man.
Okay.
Oh man, it go without saying, bro. Like, Mama, you know who you will. Mama, Brenda, and Claude, you know who you will. Love you to death.
The queen.
The queen, yeah.
Queen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
All
respect.
praise to the Most High for you know what's up, Mama.
And that's
Yeah.
one thing I respect about, certain brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm close to my mom. You know
Oh,
what I'm
man,
saying?
that's-
I'm like that with my mom. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We only get one.
Man.
So we gotta love them and be joyful that we have them.
Yes, sir.
You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir.
When it come to my mama, you know what I mean? I just like you, how you shout it.
Yeah, man.
I'm like that about my mama, and that's one thing I do respect about you, that, you know what I mean? You respect your mama.
Yes, sir. Don't play by her.
Man, never.
Yeah, and the fact that you have a great relationship with yours, I know you don't play by yours,
Nah,
man. So
man.
I just, I feel that energy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you said
So-
one thing that I can't relate to. My mama, when I did my time, my mama was the only one that drove over 1,000 miles to come see me.
Ooh.
I'm talking about rain, sleet,
Man,
and snow.
listen,
so,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I definitely get what you're saying.
Man.
And to see my mama, like, I've been through that whole situation with my mom, courtroom, to actually doing my time and then coming home. She was there the whole way.
Whole way.
Never blinked.
Whole way.
You know what I'm saying? So
Whole
I
way.
can't,
Another woman over, huh?
Man, yeah.
you can't never,
No,
you can't never show as much appreciation. for that.
Any woman that has anything to say
Man.
about how close me and my mom is,
Yeah,
oh man,
you gotta go, and I respect that, because mama
Yeah.
put
Oh,
in,
man, 'cause
put
she-
in some
they ain't-
things that you
Yeah.
could never do. And
Yes, sir.
You never want to come between that. And like I said,
Yes,
my
sir.
mama, people get locked up in they state, and but
Right.
my mama had to drive to.
Oh,
come
that's
see
right.
Me.
Cause
You know what
yeah,
I
she
mean?
had.
I was all the way
mhm.
in Ohio. My
Ohio.
mama was here,
Wow.
and every visit I
Yeah.
had, she didn't miss one. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do nothing but respect
Yes,
that.
sir.
So when you talk about mamas, I get real
Yes,
passionate
sir.
about that. But back to the questions. Not only do you write books, you produce films. Can you tell
Yes,
us
sir.
more about that?
Oh man, so like I say, my first film that was almost about coming up on the 20th anniversary, man, 20th year anniversary.
20 years.
Yeah, bro, man. Like I say, before the Tyler Perry curve and all that stuff, man. I did this film called On Our Way Up.
Hold on. When you say the Tyler Perry curve, what do you mean by
Yeah, like so now Tyler is the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The studios here in Atlanta. Shout out to Tyler, man. It's crazy because when I met Tyler, we had a pretty in-depth conversation, but at that time I wasn't ready to do business with him.
Oh, okay.
And so I said, you know what, when Tyler and I cross paths again, I'm gonna be ready. But to get back to what I was saying before the Tyler Perry curve, meaning he's
top.
Tyler
Top.
Perry, right?
Yeah.
I was actually doing this film, man, because I wanted to document the father that I was.
Wow.
I had a lot of baby mama drama going on, and so it would be times when I couldn't see my kids. Just a lot of stuff going on, man. And so, I was in the streets. I was getting money, doing what I do. But at the time, my kids were young, and I knew they didn't really understand what was going on. So some said, "Man, why don't you document it so they can look back on it?" And so it was twofold. So I started to document, but then my brother, who is a musical artist, he was working on an album, and I was executive producing it.
Oh,
So he hadn't finished,
okay.
and I was like, "Bro, man, what take you so long?" I said, "Man, I tell you what, I'm getting ready to start. I'm finna do this movie, man. And if I finish this movie before you finish the album, bro, you ain't serious." So it was twofold. I wanted to document me as a father, as a man, and my brothers and I coming up, like on our way up to out of the hood,
Okay.
And so that's how that started, and that movie turned out. Like I said, I ain't write no script or nothing. It was just put together.
Okay.
But it was put together so well that it was, inducted into the Black Hollywood Film Festival. And I ain't know, man. I was just
Talk to him.
I was just doing I just want to document what
Who
we
you
was
were.
doing. That's it.
And that's.
But it was
don't
just,
get
I
no
guess, that
better.
authentic. That
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. It,
Yeah.
it happened that way. So once I did that, I realized I had a passion for not only telling stories, but I wanted to visually let people see it.
Oh,
So
that's deep.
I just felt like I say, the power's in the image,
Mm-hmm.
and image is everything. People want to be able to see.
Mm.
And I also have this thing with, as a man, I could tell you anything, but when I show it to you, that's when you really, a man, somebody can tell you something,
they can always
but you
tell
got
you
to
something.
see it though, right?
Yep, exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's always been my motto, man. Like, don't just tell me something, let me see it. And so that's how I move,
Big
I
dog.
got to show you.
Man,
Yeah.
that's what I live by, man. You know what I'm saying? Showing me something instead of telling me something is big for me.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Because I like through my day, like, you know what I mean, I can hear a million people tell me something, but until you show me something, then that's, you know what I mean?
Now we cooking.
Now we can work. Now
We can
build.
work. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a build type of guy. So when I see you doing certain type of things, that motivates me.
Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Ditto.
Never
Ditto.
been a hater.
Right.
feel what I'm
Yeah, we
saying?
just gonna put it together and make it. That's it.
And that's the thing. And that's one thing I wanted to touch on as far as the black community.
Yes, sir.
We have to get out that way of seeing another brother come up and having something crazy to say about it.
Man.
Talk to that brother.
Man,
Figure
listen,
out what's
man.
going on. You know what I'm saying? We man, listen, I'm telling you, listen, man. Shout out to my manager, man.
Hey, man.
Star Deezy,
Man,
She
Star
put this
Deezy.
together, man. So
Star Deezy on point.
I'm about to give you everything you thought this was finna be. Okay? I'm finna show them why you represent what you represent. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, so we gonna get
Good
back over
energy,
here.
good
That's
vibes.
what we do, man.
Yes,
That's what we
sir.
do. So we about to tap into a whole nother side.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And this is why I got the other big homie with me too, because we
Yes,
really
sir.
finna tap in.
Oh man.
Do it.
We finna do this. So, hold on. I wanna grab this. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah, man.
Polishing off.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
man.
polishing it off.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Gotta look good.
Yeah, man.
But I'm gonna show you this myself. Now, this book right here, it was given to me no less than about a week ago.
Yes, sir.
And when I first seen the book, I was interested because the front of the book,
Cover art. Okay.
it says a lot, and you don't have to be
Speaks for
no
itself.
rocket
Okay.
science to understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
What's
saying?
understood ain't got to be explained.
You said it all. I had a chance to sit back and, like you said, just read it, and I sat back and I read it, and like I say, it was short and sweet and to the point, and I like things like that, like make me understand, but you know what I mean. You ain't got to go 20 pages to
Yes, sir.
give
Yes,
me
sir.
what you
Let's
need
get
give
to
me.
it. Let's get to it.
and let's understand. So, the 48 laws of the chain gang, man. This was a pivotal moment in my life, because I always felt like when it comes to these type of situations, people really didn't have understanding
Yes, sir.
towards this.
Yes, sir. Because I didn't have understanding.
Right. And I'm glad I got you here today, and I'm glad I got Big Homie here today,
Mm-hmm.
where we can really give some insight and enlightenment
Right.
on this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, we're gonna set that back right there.
Yes, sir.
Now, it was a topic that you came to me when you first came. We about to,
Oh, I love it.
All right, listen, man.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
I see you.
we about to see what's going on.
Yes, sir.
So it was a topic when you first came in, and you was like, bro, tell them what you said. Let the people know what that was said.
So the question was posed to me. How about what I do is I'm gonna pivot and let you pose the question.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's work. Here we go.
Well,
The
first,
question that you proposed to me.
well, before I propose the question, first I want to thank this brother right here for having me
sure.
on this platform.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I just I kind of walked into this, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, for sure.
So We finna get down to business, man. I was talking to my brother Anthony Clark, man, and me and him typically have a lot of in-depth conversations. You know what I'm saying? Which I really like,
Right.
Innovators discuss ideas. And we was talking about our community, you know what I'm saying? Like, the unity or the lack thereof in the community. And the question I posed to him is, where's one of the only places where you can find black men specifically where they have real structure and a hierarchy and it actually works? And, we went through a few things, sports, different things like that. But ultimately where I've seen it, and also him as well, where it worked the best was unfortunately in prison, in the jail system. And my personal opinion for that is because you can't escape your reality there. And because there's a sense of consequence there, but before I go too far in depth into my own opinion of it, I just wanted to give you a brief summary of it. I do want to pose that question to y'all so y'all can get into y'all opinion about it.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you feel like that's the only place one of the only places where there's real structure amongst black men, hierarchy, and it actually works?
Okay.
Yeah. And before we go, because I want to give it back to you.
Okay.
But as soon as I walked in, I was like, ask the question. And he asked you that question, and your answer was what?
The same thing.
Same thing.
Very similar.
We understand that clearly. So again, I let you go ahead and take over.
No, I'm the little homie in this situation.
Yes, sir.
You know
Okay,
what I'm
well,
saying? So I'm gonna let it fall down the ladder how it's supposed to go.
See,
I'ma let
and,
you.
and interesting enough, if you see that, because we all three have had that experience, we understand structure because we've been through that.
Right.
He just showed you.
Right.
Hey, look, I'm the little homie, so I'm gonna give it to you and let you do what you do, and then, so
It's about respect first.
it's about yes, and thank you for that.
Right.
But before we go into that, one of the things I want to say was it's interesting that, like I told him, we can't have that out here in the free world because behind the walls, which caused me to write this book,
Right. Talk to
with
him.
somebody coming to me saying, "Hey, Mr. Clark, man, you always letting the little homies know what to do and how to move and all this. Man, you need to write a book." Bing.
Bing.
Like, what?
Man.
Oh yeah?
Man.
Okay, boom. But long story short, man, I think, to answer your question, that happens that way because, like you said, we can't escape the reality. Man, listen, me and you got an issue, we got to deal with that
ain't got
right
no other choice.
then and now. Or else you might wake up with a knife in your back. I might wake up with a knife in my chest. Because we all locked up in that cage trying to get off whatever we trying to get off. We might not got no money on our book. Our girl might be fucking somebody else.
Preach to 'em.
You know, our mama ain't came and seen us. Our
to 'em.
daddy don't fuck with us because we done
to 'em.
fucked up. It's a lot of things that we dealing with mentally that causes us to react and respond physically.
Right.
Yeah.
So in prison, that structure, like I write in there, it's a structure of its own.
Right.
You
Right.
got to know how to operate in that structure. That's the first law in the, hey, man, respect.
Respect.
Because when you walk into this structure that's already existed, going there fucking around playing off with your head.
Can I give him a story?
Yes,
can
indeed.
I-
Yes, sir. Great segue. Let's
Because
go.
it's straight out your book.
Bruh, let's go.
This to let you know how 100 I am.
Yeah.
So, to go with respect, it's a story in the book, right? And it's this OG guy. You know, he's been around a lot of prisons. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
sir.
He's created a name for himself.
Yeah.
Dig what I'm saying? So he actually gets to a point where he doesn't show respect. When there's somebody else talking conversations, he, oh, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when
yeah.
you politicking with the female CEO, he, oh, brother. So now everybody around is starting to see that chain of structure starting to be broken.
But that ain't how I go.
That ain't how it go. Even though you earned your respect, now you breaking that
Now
chain.
you breaking the chain.
It don't matter who you are. You break that motherfucking chain.
Consequences and repercussions.
So it became consequences and repercussions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even with that man of his stature. You had to
20 years in.
You had to get out the way.
Had to get out the way.
But that's the point I was making earlier. Though. Consequences. It's a sense of consequence in there. You see what I'm saying? Like the prison structure is almost on autopilot. Whoever put that structure together is long gone.
Yes,
Long
sir.
gone.
And it's still going. If whoever run the car right now, he gonna get out one day, and it's gonna keep on going. So that structure is, like I say, basically on autopilot. Why can't we have that same structure outside of the prison system?
Right.
Is my question, and I kind of got an answer to it. I feel like it's what you said.
Now
it's the
that's
sense
what
of
a
consequence.
this what a little homie, you know.
Let's go. Let's
on,
go. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Let me
Yes,
shrug
sir.
my shoulders a little bit. This what the little homie come in at, and I kind of feel like I can give you an answer to that because, you know, I come from that, not having that, and then going into my situation, understanding that process, and my answer to that is they're taking it off the streets and they putting it behind the wall. That's why it's behind the wall. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of guys that would stand up and be those pillars in the community, no matter what they was doing. Nobody is perfect. You know what I'm saying? And we're not here to judge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And coming up in these communities, certain people have to take certain paths to try to make a difference, no matter how it is. We had Malcolm X, we had Martin Luther King, we had these guys that both was monumental men in this world, but they had two different paths. You feel what I'm saying? So when I speak on that, meaning we don't have that structure on the outside because this system, which is set up to take this away from us. You feel what I'm saying? So now when they take that away from us, and as us being young brothers, and some of us grow up in households that don't have fathers.
Right.
And some do.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
But that doesn't say, oh, because you grew up with a father in your household, oh, that means you're going to take this path or that path. Your path is already written, and God has already put this paperwork out.
Right,
You can't
right,
change it
right,
no matter who
right.
your parents is or whatever it may
right.
be. He has the last word.
Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying? So when you take that away from us as young men out in the community, we don't have that structure because we don't have nobody to come, little bro.
Right.
tripping.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, go and give me that.
Let me get that.
You know what I mean? You tripping. Matter of fact, you give me that, honey.
So do you
Take the
So do you personally feel like the lack of elders in the community is what creates the lack of respect for the elders that are there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and the reason why I say that, and I'm so avid about that because I come from that era. I just look young. I come from that era where we had the OGs.
I'm listening to the way you talk. You've been around.
I've been around, so I come from that era. You know what I'm saying? So
You sure you ain't? You sure you ain't? You ain't under 30, man. You got
Man,
29, 30.
listen,
the way you
yeah,
talk. You done hit a
man.
block or two
Listen,
in your
yeah.
life.
man, like, you know what I'm saying? I done been there, so I
Right.
understand that struggle. And you know, I had a dad that was a giant to me. You know what I'm saying? But even though he wasn't there, like he was there. You know what I mean? I had one of them pops that gave me the game without giving me the game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And with me having that same blood, I just picked up on it. And
Right.
I call
Put your
myself
spin on it.
I call myself two for a reason. I'm part two of this story.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm here to finish this. I'm part two of this story.
Okay then.
You know what
Okay.
I mean? God rest his soul. He ain't here no more. But I'm part two. That's why I call myself two.
Gotcha.
This is-
So this real plus. So the book coming then.
man, the book coming.
Oh,
And you got the documentary coming.
And the
we ain't here to talk about
Oh,
that.
okay. Gotcha.
We ain't here to talk
Gotcha.
about me right now.
Man.
We still want to know, though.
But we want to know, man.
We definitely gonna know
Man.
because you gonna be a part of that.
Yes, sir.
And you're gonna play a big part in that, and that's what's gonna make it magical.
Oh man, shout
You know
out,
what I'm
man.
saying? So
Thank you, God, for
we
that,
gonna,
man.
we gonna talk about that.
Let's go.
But back to what I was saying, that's the pivotal part right there. And when I say they, I ain't no racist or none of that. I'm talking about the system.
Got it. Okay. The
They
system
as a
itself.
whole know what
Okay.
to do. You feel what I'm saying? If we take this away and we put it in here, of course it's gonna be in here because that's where we putting them at.
Yeah.
That's what we,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But it's up to us now when we get in that situation. Now we have brothers that ain't never coming home. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to y'all, man.
Shout
Y'all
out-
hold your head,
yeah,
man.
Y'all definitely the real ones.
Yeah, man. Hold your head, man.
And I'm gonna give you what made it real for me. And this was like a couple months before I was finished my bid out.
Okay.
And the older homie, he pulled me to the side. He's like, you know what, bro? I see a lot in you, and I just want to show you this to let you know how real this shit is. So we went over to the kiosk. Boom, boom, boom. He said, man, type your name in. I type my name. Boom, boom, boom. He said, what's your release date? I said, shit, January 15th,
Right.
2015. He said, hold on, let me show you something. What that say?
X.
The shit didn't even say
say
X.
now got
The
a
shit
line.
say 88888.
Oh.
I said, man, what the fuck? The fuck that mean?
Yeah.
He like, man, I'm going out back.
Yeah.
You going
Going
out
out
back?
back.
Fuck you mean by that? Oh, this is my final place right here.
Yeah.
And it hit me so hard, like what the
You already know what he.
But the crazy thing is, I did years with this man. And I can see him every day. He wake up with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
He ain't on no bullshit. He actually running around here making something. He
Right.
a barber. You know what I mean? He in the church. You feel what I'm
All that,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
If you need some advice, damn near half the camp go to this man. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So he making the best of it.
Man, and he showed me how real it was.
Right.
And I took that and I said, you know what, man? I gotta walk out of here. And I gotta show him.
So how did that make you feel? Like,
it showed me a lot, because one thing about it, you know, you can hear somebody say it all the time. Oh, I got 20 years.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got 30 years. But to actually see
the powers in the image.
when you
Confucius
actually-
said, "He who controls images controls minds."
Man, listen, to actually see it, and I know he's seen it more than me. He has to actually go if he want to see his emails from his people. He has to see this
Right.
every day,
That's heavy.
Yeah, man.
and they putting it in front of him every day to know you're
you
never
ain't going
home.
nowhere. Yeah. Yeah, man.
So why would I come out here and play with it?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? That's what gave me mines. But we're gonna go back to you though.
Deep.
So when it comes to, you know, the 48 laws of the chain gang, I want you to, I know the process.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to give the people an in-depth process of really the process behind the 48 laws of the chain gang.
So what I think you just asked me was,
And
hey,
I
man,
know I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I want you to give them them nights where you had to sit in that cell and you was on them nights like this and you had to sit back
yeah,
and you
yeah.
had to really think about it. I want you to give them one of them.
So,
Yeah, come on. I told you it's real.
I know a lot of us who been there, man, we like to put the shit behind us, you know, and that's all well and good. But now as I have to recount one of them nights, I'm gonna give you one when I had spent 6 months in a hole. And that was for
Now explain the whole now, because we
Oh,
want
the
to
whole-
get this is a real live interview, and I want you
Yeah.
to get them the real live in depth, because this is how real this book is, and I want you to give them that. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, thank you.
explain.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
explain
you.
that.
Thank you for
explain
helping
that,
me do
because
that.
people, when you say the whole, people
So
don't
yeah.
understand
So
that.
the whole, man, is where you are in a cell, a smaller cell than your normal cell, with limited items. I mean, they strip you of everything. They strip you of all your goods and all that kind of stuff, and they put you in a hole, a smaller cell, smaller than the one you're in. And most times you're in there by yourself, or you may have a roommate, but 9 times out of 10, you in there by yourself. No TV, no nothing. So they strip you of everything, and you're in this cell by yourself, with nothing but you
And your damn thoughts,
and your damn thoughts.
man.
So it was 6 months of that. So I would be in there just laying there thinking about, I would try to think about the kids, to try to have good thoughts. Because I was hungry, hungrier than the regular time, because they skimp you on your meal.
Man, come on, we
So
there.
I was cold because they taking your clothes, giving you just a minimum of everything, and that fuck with your mental. So Most times I would try to think about positive things. However, being in the hole is where I really got a chance to really ask myself some really in-depth questions. Like, hold on.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Time to self-reflect.
Hold on, man. Like, what you doing here? Because a lot of the CEOs and the people would be like, bro, you don't look like you belong here. But then I had to start questioning me, like, hold the fuck on. If they see that, now I need to ask myself, like, why am I here? What am I doing? And in that moment, in those moments, is when I really had to start just answering questions, you know, for myself. Like, damn, okay, so what was you doing?
Wow.
Oh, man, well, why did you go and steal that? Why did you go and take that? Why you felt you need to go sell that dope? And so then I had to, as I was asking those questions, I had to answer them as well.
And that's the part I wanted you to get to.
Yes, sir.
And that's the hardest part.
That was the hardest part.
Because
Answering
now
them,
you have to face your bullshit.
I had to face me.
Because the answers is gonna make you face your bullshit.
Yes, sir.
And
in the hole.
And hold
in the worst.
That's how you become self-aware though.
Yes,
You got to answer your own questions in truth.
Yes, sir.
Like a lot
yes,
of people,
sir.
a lot of people, it's hard for them to look at their own truth. Like most people will look at themselves in the mirror. Say a cat, you was getting ready to get jumped, and you took off running. A lot of people rationalize, but it was too many of them. But a person that truly self-reflect and is really able to understand themselves, they can look in the mirror and say, I was a coward. Because that was a coward move, was to run. But a lot of people that don't self-reflect the way that you did aren't able to look themselves in the eye and be even honest with their own self.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Speak.
I've been in them situations, so I understand the self-reflection.
Yes, sir. And it's interesting that you say that because, and the question you asked me, because in the whole, it's just you.
It's just you.
You got to answer that question.
It's just you. And when that room goes dark,
you know what I'm saying? It's just you in them thoughts. And so I realized, you know what? Damn, it's just me. So let me go on and answer that question. It ain't nobody else in here. Let me answer that question. And then when I answered the first question, bro, that shit, it hit me at my core so much. Because I was like, hold on. You mean tell me everything you were doing, you really didn't understand why you were doing that? And now when you answer the question, you don't really like the answer. Because there's this book called What Happened to You. Oprah Winfrey and a doctor co-wrote this book together. And the book goes back and it talks about a lot of stuff that happens to us, happens in our adolescence and childhood that we take into adulthood and we don't realize what happened to us.
It subconsciously shaped your way of thinking.
Subconsciously shaped. So in prison, in the hole, isolated away from population and everybody,
all the politics,
everything, I had to deal with me and then really reflect and realize what happened to me.
Damn.
So, which is a segue to the book Broken, Bruised, and Confused.
Talk to him.
Because I didn't realize that coming up in a broken home, I ended up being broken. It bruised me as an individual. It bruised my mentality, me at my core, and then it confused me.
Damn.
So I didn't know which way to go in the street. Hey, well, I'm still, I'm gonna take. Oh shit, I'm gonna go across the train track and rob one of the carcade that's sweet. Oh, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna sell that pack. I was confused.
I got a question about that. Your isolation was beneficial to you.
It was beneficial.
It gave you time to unplug from the world,
right,
and focus. How else would you have gotten that isolation if you hadn't have been in the hole?
And thank you for asking that question because I also learned I was a people pleaser.
Talk to him.
So I wouldn't have never got that if I didn't be isolated because I was so used to pleasing people. I'm the oldest, so mama said, hey, look, son, watch the house while I'm going to work. You the man of the house. So now I'm big brother. I'm taking care of everything. And so now I want to see everybody win. I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So even in prison, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wasn't isolated because I'd have still been trying to, the inmates or the little homies or whoever come to me, hey, Mr. Clark, can I get this? I'm going to try to people please. So I wouldn't have got that.
Right.
So that's a great question because in isolation, it was just me. And shit, it was 6 months, bro.
I know. I did 5. I know
6
I
months.
know what they feel like.
And you know, bringing contraband in, the deputy warden kept coming to me saying, "Hey, look, you gonna tell me what's going on because you got my girls doing what they doing."
Right.
So I ain't saying nothing.
Got to say it.
You know, I seen
Got
the
to
episode
sit.
where you said, "Y'all just don't say nothing."
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. That's what it was.
Shut the fuck up.
And so, you know, by me shutting the fuck up, I spent 6 months in the hole.
Bro, it's
But-
crazy how similar our stories is, but that is crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, but that alignment has us sitting here now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the 6 degrees of separation. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And the law of attraction.
Yeah.
We've ran parallel for so long, and now we're sitting here now to be able to tell our stories and be able to reflect, to be able to give to the world and to the youth. You know, some game that'll help them kind of come up with some cognitive thinking patterns that they can change the way they think, so they can change the way they feel and move.
Right.
So yeah, man, it did help, bro.
Yeah.
It did
Yeah.
help.
Yeah. That's and that's the thing I wanted to get out. I
Yeah.
wanted them to understand because this book is not only about talking about inmates and prisoners.
Right.
This is for families that
families.
try to understand what the prisoner is going through.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
sir.
we don't have a lot of that out here to get the families, you know what I mean?
Oh, man, because
accustomed
they don't
or
even
being-
understand.
Because they don't understand
it,
have
bro.
But
They don't
this
understand
this is a two-way street.
Right,
It's not
right.
only helping inmates going in and coming out, it's helping these families
Mm-hmm.
understand that this is actually what your loved one is going through.
Yeah, because they have no clue. And it's crazy because I also, to piggyback off what you just said, brother, I was having a conversation with somebody, and when they was talking to their family on the phone,
Right.
the family member said, "Bro, we really don't want to know what the fuck going on. We really don't we don't want no parts of that." Like, I had to think about that, and I was like, people really don't want to fuck with prison and none of that, because I was that way for a while. Before I went, I didn't want to be attached to it. I was like, let me try to keep that energy away from me.
Yeah.
But that same mentality from family members and friends and loved ones to somebody that's in prison would have that inmate fucked up.
Yeah, crash out.
It crash out.
For sure.
Crash out.
It's a mental thing.
Because they feel like, damn, nobody don't fuck with me, nobody on this.
And I'm in this
and
position.
I'm in this position.
It's more heavier.
It makes it even more heavier,
You
man.
get to a point where you ain't got nothing to lose no more.
You ain't got nothing to
Why
lose.
not hit this nigga with this blade?
Man, come on, I'm gonna hit this
I'm
nigga with
losing.
it. Yeah. They don't care about me.
I ain't got nothing to go home
Yeah.
to.
I ain't got.
But then it puts you in a more fucked up position
It
because now it adds to your time. They got to move you to a whole stricter prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
And
yep.
it fucks with you because you're doing a bid. And
Yeah.
what people don't understand is a bid is where you're at a place where a long period
long
of time.
stretch of time,
and
yes,
you
sir.
become accustomed to this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Institutionalized, they kind of say,
It
or
is
Johnny
real,
Dye. Yeah. Yeah.
But once you land at a penitentiary and you're there for a while, you become accustomed to the ways.
sir.
Every
Yes,
prison
sir.
is different.
Every prison
Absolutely.
different, yeah.
It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? So once you
Gotta get
learn-
acclimated once you get
got,
there.
You got man, and
You gotta see what's going on.
you got it's like this. It's like being reborn again. And I'm gonna give you the process of actually going to prison because a lot of people don't know that this is a process. You don't just wake up and you're in prison. It don't work that way. You got to go through a place called diagnostics.
Diagnostic, yes, sir.
That's just like the hospital.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you're born.
Where they
You feel
take your
what I'm saying?
IQ and all
Yeah.
that kind of
So
see where
when
they
you're
gonna put you.
born, you get a social security number.
Yeah.
When you go to a
Diagnostic.
diagnostics, they
Get
give
that
you
G,
an
they-
inmate.
about that
yeah,
shit
you
where
get,
you just
hey,
They
he
give
put,
you an
yes,
inmate
sir.
number.
That
They
deep.
give you
That is
an
like
inmate
being
number. That's
Yeah.
your,
again.
that's
Yeah.
your number.
Number.
That's gonna be with
With
you
you.
your whole
life.
time
Yeah.
through that penitentiary. That's the number you're gonna use
Right,
when you
right.
need to use the phone. When your people
Type
need
that
to put
number in
money
there.
on your
Yeah,
books,
yeah,
They have
yep.
to use that number.
I still got my federal ID in my wallet. I keep it as a reminder.
My mama got mine, and one
Yeah.
thing, a reason why I kept it, because that's what they give it to you when you leave.
Right,
out.
when you leave, yeah,
'cause
yeah,
that's
yeah.
What that's basically your
'Cause
ID.
that what
until
you-
you
yeah.
go get your ID.
Regular,
And I gave it to my mom, and my mom was like, "Boy, what the fuck are you giving me this for?" And I said, "You know what? That's gonna keep me grounded."
Right. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? When I get to tripping, just flash the card.
Yeah, let me see that.
And it's gonna tell me. It's gonna bring everything that I need to know back to
Back.
me. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And I say it's like a rebirth because you go through them stages. It's like you're born again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying?
That I really like the way you put that. That was a great analogy. Like,
I never heard it put like that.
Yeah,
this is
man.
a real thing. They don't. If you ever been to a real live penitentiary, they don't call you by your name.
GDC,
Inmate.
they call you by the inmate number.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
That's how they address you.
Right.
You're
Right.
no longer whoever your name is that your mama gave you, your daddy gave you, whatever that is. And you and psychologically, that plays a part on you.
Yeah, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the rehabilitation, it's there, but now you have to you have to take that from yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're in there so long, you become accustomed
To the
these
inferiority
ways.
complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's why I say it's a rebirth. And then when you come home, you have to be
Reacclimate,
born again.
man. That's
Because now you have to throw away those ways
away that.
and pick up these ways.
Yes, sir.
You have to go get a new ID. You feel what I'm saying? If you can remember your social security number, you have to go get a social. It's like being reborn again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know, to add to something, man, tell me y'all thoughts on this. When a person gets locked up, whatever age they're at, it's kind of like their mentality stops at that age. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I let me go first.
Go ahead, OG. I already knew you was. I already knew it was coming.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I agree with that 50%.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I've seen that. I've seen my homies come in at 18 because I went to prison at 19.
Okay.
So my homies was my age. I seen them come in at 19 and do 5 and leave out at 19. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like
They still got that 19-year-old mentality.
They brain
Yeah.
didn't develop. But I've also seen it the flip side too. Like I was raised by a single mother.
Okay.
I didn't become a man until I went to prison. Prison actually grew me up.
Talk to him.
Because I was able to be around older guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know nothing about shaking a man's hand firmly. I didn't know nothing about looking a man in his eyes. You know, like I came in the prison system as an angry, at-risk youth. You know what I'm saying? And I was fortunate enough to get grabbed up by the older guys that same potential and was like, look, homie, do it this way.
Right.
Like, okay, I see you got an issue with this guy, but you ain't got to go like that from the jump. Try to handle it this way. And they kind of like reconstructed my brain and actually, like, it grew me as a person. So that's why I say 50%.
Okay.
Because I could have easily been 19 going in and 19 going out because I seen it. Like,
but you know, you smart though. You done. I mean, you speak how many different languages?
5.
See,
They go by po-ruski или по-angliски. That's Russian.
See what I'm saying? So you're smart, but some of these guys that going now, a vast majority of them that going now, going now and just bang and just be on the bullshit.
Well, I also feel like the prison you go to matters and the system you go into matters. So I went to the state and the feds. So in the state, you have a lot of that not growing up.
Yeah, yeah.
In the feds, you have a lot more growing up. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
what
the
it-
feds is so political. It's so like racially, what's the word I'm looking for? It's segregated. It's so racially segregated, and you got a different level of criminals in there.
Got it.
The
Yes,
state,
sir. Yep.
It's a lot more intimate because you know the people.
Thank you for thank you for that because I spent my time in the state, so I seen nothing but that.
Yeah, I did time
And you
in the
did
state
both,
and the
so
feds.
50-50 for you.
Absolutely. 'Cause
Great.
In the feds, you got higher level criminals. You got kingpins.
Yeah,
in there.
yeah,
Like I was
yeah.
on the pound with Big Meech at
Yeah,
Fort City,
yeah.
Arkansas. And I seen how people treated him. You feel what I'm saying? I was on the pound with Gino, the guy who started the Azteca gang out of Juarez, Mexico. The Bible, the dude who wrote all the lit for the GDs. Like I was around like
Those,
street
Oh,
legends.
Big Meech home, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Big Meech.
Meech. Shout
Yeah,
out to
man.
Big
Hey,
Meech,
man,
yeah.
welcome home, man.
Shout out to Big
Yeah,
Meech.
yeah. He was my neighbor at one point, man.
Yeah, that's
man.
dope, man.
Yeah, man. So
He was a real humble dude too. But just being able to be around like that caliber of men, like it like those dudes will humble you. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get that as much in the state. So that's why I say I do agree with what you're saying though.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I see the 50-50.
Yeah.
Because in the feds it's gonna be a whole nother world.
You're gonna be around
In
a
the
different level
state,
of grown men.
Yeah. So I see that 50-50.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's prison like you said, going in like you would be breaking it down, going in and all that kind of good stuff, man. It is a process. And again, I really like the way you broke down how
Most
you get a whole
definitely.
number. You get a number like a birth certificate.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
absolutely.
And that's basically how I looked at it, from my perspective and being in that position. I wanted to touch on that too, which I just said. I feel like this, and I don't want to paint the picture that every older guy in the penitentiary is a smart guy. No, that's not the case. I want
yes,
to paint
sir.
to you neither.
I'm so glad
Yes,
you
sir.
said that.
There's a lot of older guys that still
Yep.
fucked up, and it's crazy, but it is what it is, and I'm not here to judge it.
Right.
But
right.
there's
reality,
still
though.
it's still some older guys in there that's not worthy of playing a role of leading.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
But they play that role. That's not my business, but they play that role, and it's still kind of like, even behind that wall, it's still a tug and pull, because you have some older guys in there that want to give some enlightenment, want to pull but they can't, because they got these other older guys that's handing
Yeah.
these guys these blades
yeah.
and
Yeah.
telling these guys to
Yeah.
go on these licks.
Yeah.
They're telling these, and the older guys be like, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And it backs the guys that actually want to put these young guys in a different,
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah.
They have to back away because they're not with all that other bullshit.
man.
See, I'm a big proponent of wisdom don't come with age. Wisdom come with experience.
Right.
And a lot of those older guys that still got that young mentality you talking about, them dudes ain't been through nothing but what they been through.
Right.
They
Right.
ain't really
That's
seen
all they
life
know.
for real.
Right.
So
Right.
they still got, 40, 50 years old, still getting tatted up, walking around with that shirt off ready to squabble. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because they ain't had no real experiences
Right.
yet.
Right.
So
Right.
you 100% right about that.
Yeah, and that comes from I don't judge nobody, but when you locked up over a period of time, that conscious of taking something to the next level, you don't care about it no more because you so comfortable in your situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yes,
got
sir.
two,
got
three
tunnel
dudes
vision.
you extorting down the hall.
Yeah.
They bringing you 2-3 bags. You
yeah,
got the dude
yeah.
that's bringing the tobacco in. He got
Yeah,
you blood.
yeah.
So your mind is
Yeah.
not on that. You're on a whole totally different level because this is your playing field.
Yes,
You
sir.
feel what I'm saying? But I don't judge, and I'm not here to, for that. But I just wanted to give that enlightenment to the guys that's, going in, that watch, and this is in your book too. Watch who you hang around, because that can be a big part of your
Yes,
bid.
sir.
The people you hang around can have you in some bullshit.
Oh yeah. Real fast.
Real fast. I'm talking
Real
about real
fast.
fast. And the things that we talk about are actually in the book. So if you don't believe me, all you gotta do is go to Amazon.
Yeah,
It's right
yeah.
there. You can buy it. You can read it. All
Yeah.
that. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? It's
Barnes
definitely-
and Nobles, Books a
all
Million,
that.
anywhere books are sold. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
definitely a good book to read. And like I say, I read the book fully.
Man, I appreciate that.
And I-
man.
and you know-
What was your favorite law?
Man, my favorite law is the first one, man.
Respect.
That's that. And the reason why I say that is because that's what helped me through
Your
my bid.
Yeah.
I moved off respect, and a lot of the older guys gravitated towards me because of that. You know what I'm saying? I moved off respect. Until somebody disrespected me or it was like that, then that's when I.
Oh, yeah.
But when it came to respect, I showed respect, and the older guys, you know what I mean? They praised that. And when I first opened the book and I got to reading that, I actually seen a situation inside prison that I could relate to that story that was about that. You know what I'm saying? So when it actually came to, really tapping into this book, I really went in my room, closed the door. Silence is the best when it comes to reading.
Yes, sir.
So I closed the door and I was like, you know what? I really want to read this book. You know what I'm saying? And being in the penitentiary, the mind is so powerful. Like, nigga, I didn't read books where I felt like I was actually
Right there.
in this motherfucker.
That's why I read.
Teleported.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I read. I'm more
Like-
intimate with
real-
the story when
man,
I'm reading.
Yeah.
Like real talk. Like when the submarine went underwater, nigga, I felt like I went under that.
Teleported right
You know what
there.
I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah,
a real
man.
escape, man.
That's
Yeah.
how powerful a book is. And
Yeah,
I wanted
man.
to get that same feeling when I read this book. So I went in my room and I closed the door and it was complete silence. And I read it. And it came to a point where I sat back and I was just thinking, and I was like, damn. I think I was on Law 37.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the book down. I said, damn. I've been through every situation up to now. And I'm at 37. I could relate to every law.
I don't want to cut you off, but you ain't allowed to call me big homie no more because you older than me.
That's what's up,
I knew it was
man.
gonna come out eventually.
Yeah.
He said you older than me.
Nah, it's over with.
You know, it's just a sign of respect. It ain't
Nah, I
that
feel
you
you.
bigger than
Right,
me, I'm
right.
bigger than you. It's just a sign of respect to show you that, you know, I see what you're doing
Most
and it's
definitely.
big. So, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you my homie, so you big homie.
Come on,
Right,
You
man.
feel what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Act like
we
you
gonna
know.
put it.
Come
We
on
gonna,
now.
we gonna put it. We gonna
Right.
put it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right.
Yeah.
when it actually came to this book, you know what I'm saying? It was so real to me that I could actually, you know, read this. And as I go back to my time and being in the penitentiary, I wish I could actually read something like this. Like like when it comes, you know, we go to the libraries and you
Right.
know what I mean, we have our people send us books.
Oh yeah.
This would be a book that I would have to have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with this book alone, you know what I mean, I'm gonna put all my energy behind this book. I need
That's
this
what's
book
up, man.
I need this book inside the actual penitentiaries. I need the brothers to actually get a hold of this. This
Mm-hmm.
is like a I'm not gonna put nothing on God, but this is like a Bible in
Gotcha.
the joint.
Yeah,
This would be
man.
a Bible in the joint.
And you
This
know
would
it's
be
inspired
vital.
by God though,
Right.
man.
And I feel like every time a prisoner come in, a warden should hand this motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? This should
Facts.
be a guide.
Or it should be a part of the care package that
Right.
the big homies give you.
It should be it definitely
And I got the curriculum on it.
hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
We gonna let me grab it. I gotta grab it.
Yeah.
I gotta put it in my hands. I was told about this, and the crazy thing about this is it has an actual curriculum.
And for a lot of y'all that don't know what a curriculum is, it's a workbook.
Okay.
Meaning after you read the book,
Mm-hmm.
because I have intentions on going into prisons and you know,
Yeah.
speaking to the prisoners, but it's a workbook on the book to make sure that you're reading and paying attention.
Okay.
And
So,
comprehending
and
it.
comprehending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because with rehabilitation, it's about cognitive thinking patterns. And so that's what they be talking about, making sure that you are thinking appropriately and doing the right thing.
Right.
So that's what that book is about.
So when it comes to this, and this is to me the biggest part, because now you get to put what you read
Right.
into actual use.
That's it.
And when I opened it up, I don't know, I have a thing about books, and I open it up, and when I open it up, I read the first thing that's there, and I open it up, and the first thing that's there is re-entry into society, the free world.
That's it.
This is one of the most pivotal parts of your bid, coming home. You know what I'm saying? You go through the, you know, pack it up, you know, and you go through your situation. And then when you walk out that gate, it's like, what do I do now?
What's next?
And the first, number one, once you get out of prison, then what will you do? That's the biggest question
Yep.
that any person that's been in prison asks themselves. And
What I'm gonna do?
I
Because you
feel
come
like,
up with a million plans while you in there.
man,
And then when you walk out that door,
All
it's
that
like,
shit.
man,
It's like
all
what I
that
was telling
shit.
you earlier. Like inside of your mind, man, when you coming up with ideas and stuff like that, is real. Like it's protected because you get to dictate the outcome in your mind.
Right.
The second them ideas come out and they presented in front of you, it's hard to navigate because you ain't got as much control over it as you did in your head. That's
It's
what make
different.
like coming back into society such a struggle for a lot of guys.
Exactly. And I feel like with this and this can put a guy that's been locked up 10 or better and give him some enlightenment
In a form of guidance, yeah.
that you
Yep.
don't get from anything else. And this is and I'll say this because you don't get this.
Nah, you don't get it.
You don't get this.
You don't
They're
get
not
it.
handing you no
No.
pamphlet when you get out of prison.
They ain't handing you
And
nothing.
Nigga, they handing you the
ID and that
presidential
check.
ID, Whatever they give you, how much, whatever that is, $75 to $200, and I holler at you.
Yeah.
You gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's never none of this.
Never.
And I feel like if people are serious about rehabilitation, any prison across America, any warden, if you watching this should be in your prison.
Mm-hmm.
This should be in your prison.
Both of
And
these.
if you care about the inmates and you care about what you say as far as rehabilitation, not just you getting a paycheck to feed your family, but to actually help the people inside your institution from the private, because I know it's a lot of private institutions.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
can bring whatever books y'all want in there. Y'all don't have to go through too much. Y'all need to have this too, because I feel like with this, it's going to save lives, and it's going to put us brothers, sisters, because females can read this too.
Yeah, man.
It's not too much different in the female penitentiary neither. It's just females.
Yep.
That's the only difference. It's the same politics go on in the male, it go on with the females.
Yep.
You had the big dog females, you had you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's all a structure wherever you go. But at the same time, this is pivotal to both sides, female and male, coming and going, and the families are part of that situation. I'm gonna do my due diligence, man. Anywhere I ever go, I'm gonna throw this up because
And I appreciate you, bro.
this is big,
I appreciate you.
and I feel like nobody is doing this, and the fact that God put it in my hands,
Yeah,
because
man.
I didn't know you did shit like this. So once I seen it, it was like, whoa, hold on, this is a different brother. You know what I'm saying? I kind of thought you was like one of them uppity niggas. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
But
what's up.
once I got to meet you, and I just seen how you was, it was like, hold on, there's somebody I need to talk to.
Same
You
feeling
know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
from him.
And
Sure.
I never knew he went to prison, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but once I got to meet him, it was like, hold on, man, there's something about this nigga.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I seen the beginning of the book. I'm like, man, hold on, man, let me see that. And he was actually talking to my manager. I wasn't even in the mix. They was taking pictures,
Yep,
but when he
sure
held the
was.
book out,
Yep.
and I looked, and I said, man, what the fuck? Now, I done read the 48 Laws of Power.
Right.
50 Cent shit, you know, all that's
Yeah,
through
all
the prison.
the-
All that shit is
Yep,
through the prison.
yep.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. The Sun Tzu, Art of War,
All of it.
Seduction, all
the
that shit is through the
seduction.
prison. But when I seen this, and it was like the 48 Laws of the Chain Gang, it was like he got to be saying some shit I know about, because
Yeah.
I know the laws of
Ah,
it.
The
yeah.
chain gang.
You know what I'm saying? I actually know the laws.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
once I seen this, and like I said, we was having a conversation, and you actually went to the book and was able to point that out to me.
Right.
That was like 4th of July in my head. Fireworks went off because, like I said, nobody is doing this, bro, and I appreciate you for even having your mind frame to even do this. You know what I'm
Man.
saying? Even in your situation, you know what I mean? Going through your, you know what I mean? I
It
know,
wasn't easy.
man, shit, I know it wasn't. But with that being said, you know, it's powerful for me. You know what I'm saying?
what's up, man.
Because
Thank
I
you.
feel that energy, and I know how them times could get, and you still came out on top and been able to, you know, keep a clear mind frame to give
Man,
us this.
thank you, man. For real.
You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying? So I definitely tilt my hat to you on all levels when it comes to this, because, brother, if you don't do nothing else in your life, my nigga, this is something that is gonna be looked on forever, even
That's what's
after you
up.
gone.
That's what's up.
This is gonna be something that can be where it need to be.
Thank you, bro.
You know what
Thank
I mean?
you. I appreciate
and
it.
they ain't gonna stop building prisons, and it ain't gonna be inmate shit ain't never gonna stop.
I want them in prisons all over the world, man.
But this right here is gonna bring that rate down. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna slow that motherfucker down to a halt.
Oh, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
And that's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the goal. And before I, you know, in this interview, you know, I want to say to all you young niggas that's going in, and you really want to use your time wisely, because you gonna have nothing but time on your hands. Don't get caught up in the bullshit. Read a book.
Yeah.
And it's a book that's not only going to help you, but it's going to guide you through and after.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? And that's big. To get guided through something and to have outside look on it when you get out, it don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
It don't get no better than that. This is better than AA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? This is better than going to a class.
Hey,
Better than
man.
the halfway house,
You
goddamn.
can get this motherfucker live
bro.
and direct. You know
Real.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All you got to do is comprehend.
I ain't even think about it that way,
Man,
though,
it's,
but
it's deep.
I appreciate it, bro.
It's deep, bro.
I was just doing what God wanted me to do, bro.
and I appreciate you, bro, for even blessing my platform
Most
with
definitely.
that. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
I did, like you said, don't move too fast, but I didn't want to move too slow. Feel
You
what I'm
did
saying?
that.
That's why I went on and actually put my energy into it. And
Yes, sir.
with my manager, she speaks highly of you, and that's a real one to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When she say something to me, you know what I mean, it stick with me. And you was one of those people that she actually just sat down and talked to me about you, and it wasn't on no you need to tap in with him because he can do this and that for you. It was actually, you need to talk to this brother because
We can relate.
we can relate.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean? And I'm blessed that she actually took her time out to do that, and I'm forever grateful to meet you. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. Ditto.
Big homie.
Big homie.
Yeah, man.
To you, man, when you first came in, you know what I mean, you let me know what it was, and it was real. And the conversation was all enlightenment. And that's different for me because the time frame it is now, you don't get too much
You don't get
enlightenment
it.
from brothers. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So when you came in, it was nothing but enlightenment, and I'm thankful for that. And it's some things that you put me up on, and it was like
Hold on,
you know what
I
I mean?
want to give you your flowers too,
Mm-hmm.
because a rarity that I see in people is two people that's having opposing perspectives or ideology that's
Right.
still able to do it respectfully.
Right.
We had an opposing ideology, small one, but
Right.
we were still able to
Right.
communicate as men without it being nothing but a conversation.
Right.
Bro, you don't even know how much I appreciate that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people ain't able to have opposing perspectives on things and still,
Right.
keep it 100. So
Yeah.
that speaks a lot about your character, brother.
And
most
that's
definitely.
that's where the enlightenment comes in at. You know what I'm saying? You ain't always gotta talk, just listen sometimes.
Just listen.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we be missing. Just listen.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? Because you could be missing something that could be pivotal to your life
Yes, sir.
and put you in the position to change somebody else's life.
Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? And that's what I'm on. I'm all about, progress and making things happen. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man, for coming through, man, and blessing my podcast, man.
Most
And,
definitely, man.
you
Thank
know
you
what
for
I mean?
having
Giving
us.
my viewers some game, man, because y'all definitely, put me up on game, and I felt like we needed to display that. And I congratulate you, brother, on your, you know what I mean? Oh, my brother got other books. He
Yeah,
got
man.
other production movies.
Yeah.
Y'all, man, look him up. I ain't gotta say too much. All you gotta do is look him up. And the proof is in the pudding, man. You know what I'm saying? He got some films coming out that, you know what I mean, I might,
Yeah,
make
man.
an appearance on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going,
We were just talking about the script earlier.
you know what I mean? So yeah, we got a lot of future big things coming. You know what I'm saying? Turn Radio, I want you to be a part of that.
Okay.
I got some big things coming, so 2020.
Chain Gang Chronicles.
Man, listen,
We talked
man.
about that. Yeah, man.
I was gonna wait,
Ooh.
I was gonna wait. but I'm gonna give them a preview. You know what I mean? Chain Gang Chronicles. Man, listen. They ain't gonna have to write a movie about this. They ain't gonna have no choice.
Man.
And that's gonna be another deep conversation when we get there, because we got 48 laws to
we
actually
still on that.
tap in and really give them what we need to give them. But that is gonna be big. And a lot of other things in the future is gonna be big, and we just gonna keep hitting them in their mouth and
Let go.
keep showing them how to progress, be blessed, Never stressed.
That's it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I just
that's
made
it.
that up. I swear to God.
Yeah, man.
I just made that shit up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, you know, tap in with my guy, you know what I mean, Anthony Clark. Where they tell
Yeah,
me they can find
man.
you, brother.
Meet Anthony Clark on Instagram, y'all. And then you just Google me, Anthony Clark,
Yeah.
3C Studios, 3C Publishing. Y'all
Yeah.
Google me.
Google.
Yeah.
Where they can find you at, big homie.
Man, it's dope when a nigga can say Google me because I don't even think I'm Googling.
Yeah,
nah,
man.
I'm DRON Alexander on Instagram, DRON, DRON.Alexander. I'm all over the internet, TikTok, YouTube, whatever.
Google him too.
Yeah, Google.
I may
Yeah.
be Googleable. You never know. You know,
never know.
I ain't
But-
do number like 70, 80 million views last
Yeah.
year. So
Yeah, man.
who knows? you know?
Oof.
Yeah.
Sheesh. God damn. Numbers went up. But yeah, you know what I mean, y'all know who I am, man. I'm one of the hottest hosts in Atlanta, man. They call me Big Two, man. This is the Purple Shell podcast, man. You see this, like, share, subscribe, send it to everybody out there you know, man. Just send it out, man. This is one of the podcasts that, you know, I felt like we can get some enlightenment. We did. A lot of young brothers gonna see this and be able to, you know, look back on this and say, you know what, these brothers gave me some enlightenment. They helped me through my situation. I can't wait to see the ending of, you know what I mean, the success of this book, because I know it's gonna be big. I know the people gonna love it. So yeah, that's what we doing. This is the Purple Shell podcast, man, the livest, hottest podcast in Atlanta. I'm stamping that. It's up.
Hey, where y'all going?
Yes, sir.
That was dope.
I'm straight on that.
Appreciate y'all.
I'm going to the Purple Shell.
Y'all one of the dopest, man.
No doubt, bro. You is.